So you remember how I said I wasn't going to go too crazy in the engine bay? Well, I went crazy. I'm not sure when I picked up the camera last, it's been quite a few days. Had a fair bit going on, but this is almost ready for some primer. As you can see, pretty well all sanded down and ready for some paint. But before I go too far, I'm gonna chop this out and then I'll clean up all this front little bit, and I think we might put some primer on pretty soon. So let's cut the front of the car up just a little bit and get ready for some paint. And it is removable. 2 bolts, one there, and that whole front section drops down and back. It would have been better to have it bolting on this side so you could just go straight up, but there wasn't really enough space to weld, and essentially if that's coming out, the engine's coming out, so it doesn't matter that the rad's moving, and you could probably get the rad just out of the way. It's only got to slip down 10 mil, then it can come out, but she's done. Alrighty, we got some plastic on, we've taped some holes, even broke out the foil. Time to put down some primer. I will give it another coat, but it's looking pretty promising. I noticed here it's got some little bits coming through. I reckon that's the seam sealer stuff, but here it doesn't matter too much because the guard covers all of that. The main spots are in here that you'll see, and there's a little bit there. So anyway, I'll let it dry. I might need to give it some touch ups. I'll get another can of paint tomorrow anyway, but it looks good. Alright, so we're back out. Dried off nicely. I did a little test patch of some pink. It's very pink. I don't know how I feel about it. I want to do a fade, so I'm going to go from blue into purple into pink. I sent it on Daigo's car. His is a very dark purple or pink, as you can see. So how it goes blue into a purple, I'll do blue into a pink, and if I hate it, I'll do black over the top. So let's start splashing some pink around. Definitely needs a few more coats. It's a bit thin in some spots. It goes on very pink. I think when it dries, it's not quite as vibrant, but the fade's all right. I accidentally got a bit of blue there. Obviously I'll paint over that. I've got one more can of pink. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's okay. Obviously when everything's bolted in, you know, the brake and clutch and all that stuff, you don't see a whole heap back there. And obviously the engine's in, but she's definitely got a fade on it. So today I went to Spotlight, got some sparkly bits and a new gun because I cannot find my gun anywhere. So that's annoying. See how this one goes. But she's all ready to have a bit of glitter and clear put down. So mix that up and spray it around. Hopefully don't get too many runs. And this is good to go. I want to go on the record and say, when it comes to painting, I have like zero idea what I'm doing. I painted the JZX black, you know, it ended up black. Was it awesome? Nope. But it was black. This is way more involved. I don't really know how much to thin it out. I don't know. I know very little. So, you know, this is very much trial and error. I know you can use this kind of glitter. I also know it's not the right kind of glitter. So we got 3 different glitters. A silver glitter.
Trying to share my story, this is history. Now it's not a mystery. Stop without a hating dog, man, this is meant for me. Whatever come my way, this is meant for me.
I don't even know if the nozzle will be able to spray this. I did the medium size one. Again, So much trial and error, but let's give it a go.
Guns, I'ma keep rapping till I turn into an icon. Back against the ropes, kept swinging like Tyson. Back in the booth now, snapping as a python. Had to rise up to the horizon.
Well, we got glitter. I think it's a bit hard to tell in this light what it will look like, but certainly a lot on there. I'll definitely do one more coat. Do one more coat with glitter, I reckon, and then a coat of just clear. Again, don't know what I'm doing. Kind of looks right. Keep winging it. Well, it's the next day, and on first glance, it looks great, but there's a major setback. Looks good, dried, nice and whatever you want to call it, shiny, but I sort of half fixed it all along this edge here. And this edge here, it bubbled up. You can see where it had bubbled. I cut and pushed it back down. I peeled that back off. And you can see here, it's done it there. And I reckon it's all my fault. I think it's more than likely because I put too much clear coat on too quickly. I had like half a pot left over, close to 3/4 of a pot left over, and I thought, oh, I'm never going to use that. I might as well just spray it on, and I shouldn't have. Now I'm really regretting it, so now I'm going to work out how I can fix this. Anyway, apart from that, it looks good. I think I found a somewhat solution. So I peeled up the bits that were coming out, and I just taped it up and sprayed some more pink in there and sprinkled some glitter in. I just pulled this bit off here. I'll do the same on that, and I'm just going to let it dry for a few hours, and then I'll do another clear coat just over them areas, and hopefully it'll hold it all together. I think we may have got away with it, maybe. So there's a big one there, big one up there, big one up there. You can still see sort of the line, but where I pushed it back down, hopefully it still seals or dries, whatever you want to call it. But you know what? I think that's a pretty good outcome considering. That's drying. I'm prepping this door here, just put some primer down on it, sanded it with 800. This was the carbon one, if you remember. So you can actually see the carbon weave, whereas that one there, the new one, is just fiberglass. So that's actually way smoother than this one. And I'm going to be running a stock rear bar that's going to get chopped about here somewhere. So I've just sanded that down. There was a few imperfections, some cracking there, and it had some sort of filler there. Anyway, I'll prime this. I got some plastic primer. Yeah, I'm just trying to tick off all the little jobs that need to happen, but I just haven't had time or haven't been bothered doing. So I will paint this and then find something else to do. Alright, so I got my mark where I need to cut. So let's chop it off. I showed you guys or not, but this here just is one of the best purchases I have made of late. All factory nuts and bolts, and just so I want to do everything new in here, but it just makes everything so nice. And we got the rear bar on, and you know, just got new hardware in there, just beautiful. So as you can see, I've left it 20mm underneath here, just because I didn't want to see the under tray, like I wanted it to hide it. I can always cut out more, but I can't add any on. So that's looking good. I'm just going to paint in here because I've sanded back the edges so it will rust. Got the big man helping me sort this out. We're struggling to get this side through.
Without pulling the dash out.
Without pulling the dash out, I don't want to do that. So we're just chopping up everything we don't need. This side is done. Like it's not obviously not all through, but it's easy. Because I got most of it through already. I just have to pull a couple plugs off. That's easy. This side, on the other hand, not so easy. So we will endeavour to keep going. Alright, we're most of the way in there. These are to the traction control, so we don't even need them. It is looking overwhelming.
Yeah, pretty much.
In there. Alright, we're gonna grip it and rip it. Oh dude, this is so bad.
Good effort.
That is the loom all pulled through up there. All that's the ECU stuff.
Easy down here.
Yeah, that's gonna take some
Tidying up.
mad scientist stuff.
Yeah.
Marcus is such a beast though. He looked at it and you know what he said? He's like, no, it just looks fun. I'm like, that just
Easy
gives
when
me
you know what you're
so much anxiety.
Yeah.
Big Jojo to the rescue. Now, I'm not going to work on this car for a few days.